Hello guys, welcome back to the Domain Tracer, and today we are going to cover a topic called how do we secure your WordPress. So this is one of the best video that you should watch, because in this video we are going to show you best possible ways to secure your WordPress. So let's begin with the video. And for that we are using a plugin called as all-in-one WP Security. Now we do a installation first, and for that just scroll down and search for the option plugins, and in there click on new, search a plugin called all-in-one WP Security. You will get this plugin. You can able to see that it has 1 million plus active installations. So just click on install now. Now we will activate this plugin. So just scroll down and you will see the option WP Security. There are a lot of securities options are there. We have to go through each and every option. So please stay attention and watch this video. And one more thing, this plugin allows you to secure your WordPress. But if you wanted to scan for malware and viruses, we are going to create a separate video on this. So that will help you to solve, and this is only for Domain Tracer client. Click on dashboard. Here you will get this screen, and in this screen you will able to see the meter. In this meter there will be a 3 stages will be there: red, yellow and green. We have to achieve this green mark and make sure that it is not required to achieve this 100%, because if you do that the security will be highest level. Even if you cannot able to log in if you get locked. So better to keep the securities from 300 onwards, and it is based on what you want in the security. So let's begin with this. Okay, so here you will get the meter, and there are a lot of things will be there. So we are going to cover one by one. So let's begin with the setting parts. And here you can able to disable the whatever the firewall, debugging and all you created, but it is not required because here we are going to create the security. We are not disabling it. If in some cases you wanted to disable, you can come here in the general settings sections and you can able to disable it. Now I will move to the Htaccess. Before we have to start the activity, we have to take some backups. So what are those backups? First one is .htaccess file backup. How do we take? It is not required to log into cPanel. Just go to this option and click on backup.htaccess file, and done it. Your backup has been stored in this directory. If you wanted to download, just go to this directory from the FileZilla, or else you can able to log into cPanel and go and download it. Okay, but your backup has been already created. Now I will move to the wp.config.php. So this file also needs to be take a backup. Just click on this and it will take the backup, and click on save. It is saved in my desktop. Now we completed our backup part. Now we will move to the WP version info. Here we always have to tick mark this option. So in the meta description or in the any file that representing the version of the WordPress, so let's say this is a meta description file, it is clearly mentioned that this WordPress version that is 3.5.1, and also here you can able to see that it is also mentioned here. So if you tick mark this, it will remove this from these options. So that helps to increase the security, because mostly if some version has the vulnerability, so attackers can able to easily understand you are using the same version, and they can able to attack on your WordPress. So better to hide these versions. So now we achieve the file score. Now I'll move to the next points. So this is not required to configure it. So this is optional. So I will going to skip this part. Let's go to the next tab, the user accounts. When I am on the user account, so here it is already showing me a 15 out of 15 rating. Why? Because here I am not using the default admin name, that is admin. So mostly people do set their username as admin. So please don't do that. If you have already did that, in this case you just have to click on edit user and change the admin username. So how do you change? You just have to click on this. So I will click on this in the new tab, and we'll see. Now scroll down and you will see the option username. Here you need to change that name. If it was admin, so that time it will give you 0 out of 15 rating. So it is not secure. So basically we have to keep something different apart from admin as a username. So in this case we have already set domain racer, so it is already been completed our 15 points. So it is given by this plugin. Okay, now I will go to the next one, display name. Here you can see that I got the 0 rating out of 5. Why? Because here we are using domain racer as the username. Okay, and the display name also we are using domain racer. Look at this display. Because of that, it is recommending us to change that username. For the demonstration purpose, I will choose demo account and just scroll down to the bottom and click on update profile. Okay, once you click on update profile, refresh this page and you will get the 5 out of 5 rating. Done. We have completed this part as well, and the best part is here. If you go to the password tab, you can able to see this screen. In this screen, if I will enter like a Dell, you can able to see that within a second we can able to crack this password. It will help you to create a secured password. So you can able to see that this is also a meter that helps to create a secured password. So with this tool you can able to create your password. Okay, and set as a new password to avoid any attacks, and if somebody do an attack, so you can able to secure your WordPress. Okay, so now I will move to the next part, user login. So here you just have to click on this option to enable the login attempt IP log option. So in this case, if someone trying to log in into your WordPress and he entered the 3-time passwords in a period of 5 minutes, so that time it will get locked from the system for the 60 minutes. So in this case, I will increase this time to 6 hours. So 6 hours means 360 minutes. Okay, so you can able to say that if someone types 3 times wrong password in period of 5 minutes, so that time it get locked for the 6 hours. So that we had set here. If you want to allow to unblock the IP address, so you can able to tick mark this option and just scroll down to the bottom and click on save setting. Here I will not recommend you to click on this option, else you will get a lot of notifications in your mail, and that is not required because system itself is taking care of blocking the IP address or blocking the user. So it is not required us to get the notification. So I will skip this part to avoid the bulk mailing. After that, click on save settings. Next is force logout. Here if you can able to tick mark this and enter the time. Suppose example I logged in at 12 o'clock. After 60 minutes, it will automatically get logged out. So this is one of the best feature I always recommend you to tick mark. If you are working almost 3 hours, so you can able to put like 180 minutes. And after that period, you have to relog in it. So that way you can able to securize a little bit your system. So I will recommend this to save this setting. Okay, so here you can able to see the activity logs. When we set this option, that time it logged out, right? Now we have to log in again. So now the timer started. Okay, so you can able to see that currently this user has been active on the system. Okay, so now after 60 minutes we will get logged out. So this setting has been started. So now I will go to the last tag, and here we do not have to do anything, just we can able to see that which users are currently logged into our system. So now we will move to the next security tag, that is user registration. Here manual approval, what that means? That means if someone do a registration on your WordPress, so that time manually approve that user. So that setting we can able to do here by clicking on this and click on save settings. So new registration need an approval, and without approval he cannot able to access a WordPress registered account. Okay, so that setting we can able to do here, and that is required one because mostly attackers do a registration and they can manipulate your entire website. Now next, Captcha. So we always has to enable Captcha on the registration page because the bots can by default have the knowledge to fill these forms and get the 100, 2000, you can say hundreds of registration within a seconds. So that will create a huge problem for your website if Captcha is not enabled. So just enable this. And one more setting called as registration honeypot, that helps your system to avoid yourself from the bot's attack. So you should enable this option, because if you enable this, it will create a holy port in your registration form. Suppose example, you have a form called as a login. In that there are only two fields, right? Login username and login password. So in this case, this option creates another field which is not required to fill, because it will not visible to the user, but it will visible to the bot. So bot will fill. So immediately the WP security tool will understand this is a bot and he will block it. So this is how the honeypot will work. Okay, so I will click on save settings. Now we'll scroll down and click on database security. Okay, so before moving further, we need to take the backup. So we have to go to the DB backup. To take a backup, the process is very simple. Click on this and the backup will complete. So backup has been completed and it is stored here. So that is completed part. And now if you wanted to take a regular backup, so in this case I highly recommend you to take a backup every 2 weeks, means 15-day basis. So you click on this and tick mark this, and the backup frequency you can put like a 3 or 4. So what is that? What that means? Backup, it is not a backup frequency, it is like backup, how many backups he can be able to keep. This example, if I put here 3, we can keep 3 backups on the server. So do not enter here a huge number, else sometimes it happens like your storage get full, or it is unnecessarily your website is consuming a lot of space. So better to keep 3, because it will keep almost 45 days of backup of your WordPress. So I will keep here 3. Here I will enter the 2, tick mark this and click on save setting. Now we can officially say that we are taking WordPress database backup regularly. So that part we have completed. Now I will click on DB prefix. Okay, just scroll down to the bottom. Here you can able to see that the prefix is showing WP-OV. But if you know that WP means WordPress, OV, it is very easy for to guess the prefix. And because of that, the chances of getting the database attack are very high. To avoid that, I will do one thing. I will click on this option. It will randomly create 6 character string, and that is non-guessable. So you will add another level of security. Okay, so I will click on change DB prefix, and you can able to see that our prefix has been changed to HUGCR_. Okay, this way we again added an extra layer of security to our database. So the attackers cannot able to guess the database name. Done. So we have completed. We got the 10. Before also we had that 10 rating, but this way we got the another level of security. Okay, got it. So now I will go to the file system securities. Here WordPress has the core files that we need to change the permission, because if we'll not change the permission, there might be a lot of root level attacks will be there. So by that attacks, the WordPress website hack chances will get increased, and to avoid that, we should always has to make sure that we follow this rule, and this is very healthy rule. So if you follow that, the chances of getting file modified or securities related issues are very minimized. So better to complete this part. So to complete this, we just have to click on this option, because here we do not have to do any manual changes. So this is what the best part is. And here you can able to see that our settings has been completed. I guess I will click on again this set recommended options and all. The recommendation settings has been completed successfully, and we got the 20 out of 20 rating. Now I will go to the PHP editor. So you can say PHP file editing. Most of people don't know about that, but let me share you. By this, if you enable this option, so you cannot able to edit themes and plugins from directly WordPress. To change the any code in that, you have to log in into the server, and then only you can able to do that. So let's before that, let me show you where you will get these options. Okay, so you can able to see that here it is a template, right? No, here appearance. In the appearance, you can able to see that theme editor. In the plugin section, you also is able to see that plugin editor. If I click on this and click on save settings, you will see that this option has been disappeared, and in the plugin editor is also disabled. So this way we again added an extra layer of security and we got the 10 points. Now I will move to the next file, that is WP file access. Here we should activate this, or you can say we should tick mark this and save change, because by this files like readme, license or WP sample file, the attackers can easily able to guess the WordPress version, WordPress related some factors, and you might get caught. And if you got caught, then they knows that which version has vulnerability, and they can able to easily attack on your WordPress. So to avoid that, we have to enable this option and we get the 10 points. So this way we have added a more and more security to our work. Now we will move to the blacklist manager. So in this case, if you wanted to blacklist some IP addresses or some bots, so that time you can able to do that. So basically you can tick mark this, no problem, it will not give you any issue. But if you wanted to blacklist some bots, like in this case I wanted to block a bot called as SEMrush. Okay, SEMrush is an SEO tool. I wanted to block their bot. So for that I already opened this page and I just copy this bot and I'll paste here and click on save. That's it. So next time whenever the SEMrush bot trying to access my website, it will block that particular bot. So mostly why we wanted to block the bots. So basically here the reason is when we block the bot, so that time it act like attacks, because bot has a more power and he comes to our site and he trying to access all the possible pages available on the site. So that particular time our website may get a huge load. To avoid that, we have to block certain bots. So in this case there are a lot of examples are also given. So if you notice any bot, so you can able to also block here, but don't block Google or Yahoo bots, because they helps you to rank on the Google. Okay, so this is all about the bots. So in this case I already tick mark this and I'm going to block this bot and click on save settings. So now we again got the 15 points. Now I will move to the next thing that we can call as firewall. Okay, in this firewall there are a lot of settings will be there. So basically the first setting is basic firewall. If you wanted to know more about that, you can just click on this and you will get all the things. And here one more thing they had mentioned, that the limit file upload size. So here it is given 10. If you wanted to do a more, so in this case you can able to add 20 as well, 30, 40. So basically if you add here and you click on this, so you cannot able to upload more than that particular MB file. Okay, so make sure that if you wanted to upload it, so that time visit this page and modify the settings and then upload and then reset it. So basically it is recommended you to put 10, so that is sufficient one. Then I will go to the next option. So here it is not necessary to learn these things, and I'll just tick mark this. Okay, and here as well you have to tick mark. It will enables the debug blocking. So mostly why we have to block the debug, because it contains some sensitive information. So basically we have to protect these things. Okay, if someone can able to access your sensitive data, because debug has the data that easily can able to track and understand what he is actually using in the WordPress, and based on that he can able to easily do attack. So to avoid that, we have to block the debug logs. Okay, so now I will click on this settings and save. So we completed our part. Okay, so we did it the most of parts. So I will click on additional firewall rules. Here there are a lot of things will be there. So in this case I will highly recommend you to do certain settings only, and remaining you can keep as it is. So in this case trace and track, I will click on this. Proxy comment posting, I will click on this. Bad query, I will click on this, and remaining it is not required to enable it. So if you wanted to do it, you can able to do that, but just do a learning more about these things, and based on that you can able to take a decision. For now I will click on save additional firewall settings. Okay, now I will go to the 6G, it is not required. Internet bot, I will directly go to the internet bot, and here I will click on this because there are a lot of fake bots are available. They take the name of Google bot and they try to do the attacks on our website. So we have to block these fake bots. Done, we completed that. Prevent hot links. So basically I will not recommend at all to do this setting, because if you do that, so you cannot able to directly access your images. For that you have to embed that images into your WordPress, then only those images will load, else it will not. So basically that will be harmful for your SEO, so don't do that. 404 detection. What is the 404 detection? If somebody is trying to visit some pages and he is getting a 404 error, and you can able to detect that. So that is all about this. Okay, so in this case if you enable this, so that time we can able to say that we can able to redirect that page to a particular page. But for this video we are not going to cover this option, and it is not required at all. But if you wanted to do that, you just learn these things and you can able to perform it. So no worry about these things, but for this video we are skipping this part. Okay, so now I will go to the custom rules, and it is not at all required because already a lot of things we have secured. So if still you wanted to do a further security, for that you need a lot of knowledge. So basically I will skip this part because we are already covering most of things. So it is not required to do a lot of learnings and all. So this video is sufficient for you, so just skip this part. Now here we have mostly seen that people are using WordPress, and the WordPress URL will be like domain name /wp admin. If you type, you will get a login screen, right? So that we have to change it. If we change it, nobody can able to guess from where he has to log in. If he cannot able to get the login screen, then how he can able to do the brute force, right? So to set this setting, this option is given, that name is rename login page. How to rename, I will show you. Please watch very careful and kindly do very carefully the setting of this option. If you do any mistake, you will never able to log in into your WordPress. Okay, to avoid this mistake, just be careful while setting this option. Okay, I will click on this, and when we enable this option, we have to enter here something. So what I will enter, anything like ABC 882. Okay, I will copy this and I will keep at secure place and click on save changes. Let me show you what happens. Okay, so we done it, right? So I will just go here and log out. Okay, I will go here and I will click on log out. You will see that okay, so we are on the login page, right? So I will click on this. We are on the site, and for login I will try to use this login.php something. Okay, so what I will getting, page not found error. Okay, I will click on this admin. It will show me this error, not access, not available, right? So to access this I have to use this URL, right? Now you understood, right? How we can able to log in now? By this URL. Nobody knows how to log in into WordPress without you, without this URL. Okay, now we had securized our WordPress login page. Now click on login. Okay, so we was here, we done this part. Okay, we done this part. Now I will go to the based on cookie brute force attack. It is not required. login captcha. We have to set this login captcha, and to set the login captcha we need Google Captcha v2. Just copy this and search in Google. You will get this URL. Just click on this URL. Okay, so how to complete this part I will show you very simple way. Just visit this URL and click on introduction, because here we need two things, side key and security key. Okay, so here just scroll down and scroll down and scroll down. You will get this option or this option. So I will click on this option. Okay, here you can able to enter like any name label, like in this case I'm using like domain racer as a label, and here it is be specifically mentioned v2. So tick mark this one, don't worry about this. First one is okay, no problem. Then I'm using for this website domain racer.review. So I will copy this domain name and paste here. So add, completed adding process. Now I will accept these terms and condition and click on submit. It is very easy. Now I will wanted to get these two keys and save into our WordPress. I will copy this, paste here. Second, I will copy secret key and paste here. Tick mark this option. This is like we completed the configuration of reCAPTCHA. Now we have to blindly tick mark all the settings. Okay, because this is all about captcha, and we are just enabling these captchas. Okay, and click on save settings. Done it. We got almost 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 points we got by completing this captcha module. Now go to the login whitelist. Here it is not required to set the setting, because if you set this, only this IP address can able to log in into system, but we don't want that, because many times user IP address changes frequently or your IP address changes frequently. So to avoid that, don't set this setting. But if you want a highest level of security, right, so that time you can able to do that. But if you fail to log in with this email ID, you cannot able to log in into WordPress again. So better to leave this setting. Now we are in the honeypot. We already discussed in the registration process. Now here we have to blindly click on this and save. That will help the WordPress to avoid from bot attacks. That's it. It is not required more knowledge, but if you wanted it, you can just go and search about this and learn more about these things, and or you can able to just read this information. You can able to understand it. Okay, now we will move to the spam prevention. You can able to see that we are now moving towards actual security. Now up till now we prevented all the possible attacks. Now we are moving towards the security parts, or you can say a security. But this plugin cannot able to provide you the malware scanner and virus scanner. For that you need a separate plugin, but that costing you a lot. But Domain Racer is going to offer you a very secured platform. So you just go to the cPanel, you will get the virus scanner and malware scanner. For that we are going to launch a video very soon, so please no worry about that. Okay, apart from that, we also created a video called how the WordPress get hacked. So to prevent it, this video we are going to create. Okay, so this is one of the factor. Now here you just have to blindly click on this and click on this and save. Don't worry about this. These settings are very powerful. That helps you to prevent comment spam. Okay, so that's it. So we got 20 out of 20 rating. Okay, now I will scroll down and I will go to the scanner settings. This is the important one, because if something happens to your website or some attacks happen, it suddenly drops you a mail that this files has been modified in your WordPress. So you can easily understand that why these files are modified, and then you can able to take an actions on this, right? So for that you just have to tick mark this. It is every 2-week basis it will scan the files. If you wanted to ignore some files, you can able to enter these files and click on save. Notification is not required, so no worry about this. These logs you will get it, but notification kindly avoid it, because if you do that, so you will get a lot of logs and all. You cannot able to read these things, but if you want to set it, you can able to set it. But for now I will click on save settings. Malware scanner, and here the thing is they are clearly mentioned that they cannot able to perform malware scan and all. For that you need to buy the tool. You just have to click on this. The tool cost you $10. Please no worry about that. Do not buy this tool, because Domain Racer, if you are a customer of Domain Racer, it is not required to buy any security tool. You can say any malware scanner or virus scanner, because it is already included in your plan. You just have to go to the cPanel and you will get the option to scan your website. To do that, we have a separate video. You just have to watch that video and you will get the solutions. Okay, now we will move towards the maintenance. If you are developing your website and you do not want it to show that website to the end user, so that time you can able to tick mark this and show this only error that we are developing our website, we need a 5 days or 2 days or something. You can able to mention it, right? So that is depend on you. And malicious one is one other setting. So you wanted to protect it from the malicious attacks, and you wanted to protect your website. Suppose in this case, if you tick mark this, the right click on your website will get automatically disabled, so nobody can able to copy your text and all. This setting is also an interesting factor, but it is not a security part. Here, copy protection. What is the copy protection? Copy protection is nothing but simple way. If someone visit your website and you do not want to copy that particular website content, so that time you can able to enable this and click on save. Okay, so now we have completed almost all the parts. Our security has been completed. Let's see how much rating we got it. Okay, you can able to see that we got 395 rating, and this is a very good score, and we finally completed our security parts. This way you can able to secure your WordPress very easily. But if you wanted to do a malware scan or virus scan, so that time you can able to watch Domain Racer another video, in that we have shown it, and also watch the video why WordPress get hacked, and also one more video called how to speed up your WordPress website. So these are all videos we recommend all the times. Finally, just comment below if you have any other queries, so we are always there to assist you.